Let's move straight to our next conversation, shall we? Now, democracy is strongest when every lawful voice has a place. Reinforcing this principle, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has set aside a Federal High Court judgment that ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to deregister the African Democratic Congress (ADC) and 4 other political parties. The appellate court ruled that the lower court lacked jurisdiction as the case was initiated by a non-juristic entity, rendering the suit incompetent. Okay, now it's about procedure right now. Did the Court of Appeal, has the Court of Appeal now resolved this substantive issue of party registration as it stands?
It remains to be seen. Maybe the plaintiff will go ahead go to the Supreme Court. But there are 2 things that actually stand out from the appeal court judgment. The first one is that, there was no, the judgment of the High Court, there was a stay of execution ordered by the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal had earlier rebuked that Justice Lifu, and it reiterated that in this judgment, which is actually a very reckless thing to do. In fact, it's impertinence on the part of, it's judicial rascality for an appellate court to order a stay of execution, and then you still go ahead and deliver your judgment. But the second thing is about a non-juristic person. Now, this, the plaintiff, I think, is what they call the National Forum of Former Legislators. Now, for a person to be juristic, you have to be a natural person. That is, Paul Dada can sue Benga. You have to be registered. In the case of maybe a corporate organization, maybe like you have to be registered with CAC, or you have to be statutorily. You have to have statutory, what's it called now? Existence. Like you came into existence through a statute, maybe but through the law, like maybe agencies of government and all of that.
Parliament.
Now the point is that the point here is who registered National Forum of Former Legislators.
Okay.
You know, many times people just, when people listen to court judgments, they talk without actually getting the details, the reason why the judgment came. Many times, it is not that you don't have a case. It is that the court you went to does not have the jurisdiction to entertain the case, or you yourself, you have no local standing. You don't have the law does not give you the power or does not give you the right to institute a case. Many times it's procedural. And you won't expect a court to now become so emotional and say, okay, maybe they have a case or whatever it is.
But the way you went about
if it is wrong, if you bring a case under, for example, if you bring a case under a wrong law, you may not get justice. So there are procedures for everything. But anyway, that is the law. Now, let's go into politics. I don't even think it's these things people are doing, trying to stop ADC registration or that registration. I think they should just allow things to slide. Let people, we are going to be eating up the polity unnecessarily. All right? And we are going to let these people go to the poll. Let them go and test their popularity. Let all the parties, and by no means saying that people should not go through the right processes. But some of these cases are not necessary. Okay, who is? What is this forum about? Who are they? How can they prove to us that they even had the right to institute that case? Anyway, so the point is...
Okay, so if there were no procedural defects on the case, it is a valid case.
It depends on how the court... Because it depends on what you bring before. Sure. Personally, I will always look at what has the court said. What is the logic? I may agree with the court, and I may not agree. But there's always room for what? For going to a higher court. So once the Supreme Court makes a declaration, and that ends it.
Now, with this ruling by the appeal court, what does it mean for the affected parties now?
It means the affected parties, the APC, the ADC.
Yeah, the ADC, Accord, and all of that.
Well, of course, it's for them to, put their house in order. But I know they still have a lot of cases in court, apart from this one.
Yeah.
This one would have even been a big problem for them because it's registering them completely.
Yes. Yeah.
But thankfully, the appeal court the Court of Appeal was able to come to clear that, okay, these people, the people who brought this matter, even ignored some, they don't exist. It's an invalid case completely. And that there was even judicial insubordination, because moving from, there was supposed to be an appeal, then all of a sudden you're taking it down. And, and not even that, they even ignored evidence, because I know the ADC actually brought evidence. Because one of the process for deregistration was at least you will win a seat. Either a councillor or a House of Rep, or they have somebody who was in ADC. The period that they were saying that they had somebody. Same with the other parties, Accord, So it's good enough that the Court of Appeal was able to put this to bed. And what we want them to do now is to try and see how they can put their house in order. But they still have so many legal landmines, ahead of them. And just like Paul said, I want a situation whereby we will have a good election in 2027, so that they don't say, oh, it's a walkover. So that those who will be defeated in a good way. And Nigerians will say, yes, this is election. People went out, they voted, and this is the, this is the winner. We don't want a situation whereby at the end of the day, people will begin to say, oh, it's only APC that was on the ballot. Because it was almost looking like that, if not that the Court of Appeal actually intervened. Imagine if they have registered these political parties, and we know the people who are in these political parties. It will just look as if it just maybe the APC and some other...
they will say it was APC that caused it. Yes.
You understand? But good enough that they have now allowed all these political parties to go ahead. The ADC is there, and the Z party, Accord, and the likes of the Z Labour.
But
we want all of them to now.
But if you also look at this case, they were talking about non-performing parties. Now, did INEC drop the ball by allowing these non-performing parties to remain registered for so long?
No, I know. The thing is, every election cycle, INEC used to clear their, they look at their books and check all these things. You understand? So it's left for INEC to look at it. Well, you might say they dropped the ball, but this man just came in now, so you can't tell him to look at everything at the same time.
I'm not even blaming the INEC. I'm just blaming INEC as a body, as an institution.
So sometimes they look at it. If INEC wants to start to look at all these things, they will deregister so many political parties. In fact, we won't have more than maybe 5 or 6 with the way it's going.
Honestly, it's a very difficult time to do certain things.
Especially now that people are blaming APC for everything.
The kind of sentiment that people express. You have problems in your party, people are defecting, is the ruling party.
Exactly.
You cannot eat, is the ruling party. You go to the toilet, you can't poop, is the ruling party. Well, I don't know why INEC, why INEC has not looked into. I don't know what parameters INEC is using to retain ADC or any of these parties. But for God's sake, I just want us to have a smooth election.
Exactly.
We need, Benga, I've always said we need a very strong opposition. We don't want an opposition that will be seen as having been emasculated by the shenanigans of the ruling party. It's not actually right for that to happen. I'm not saying the ruling party is doing that, but there are people who think that already. Okay. So if we can just let things slide, I would advise, if I were to advise the people that are taking this into court, I would say, please just rest. Let these people let them go and test their popularity, and let's see how it goes. For me, it's a distraction. INEC should be preparing. Campaign should start very soon. Osun election is coming. Let people go and let INEC organize Osun elections. The general elections are coming. Let people talk to the people what they want to offer them.
All right.
And then let's see what happens next year when people go to the polls.
All right, gentlemen. Straight to